It's the Thursday edition of the Huddle, Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin, 920 Milwaukee, 1070 Madison, everywhere on the iHeartRadio app and streaming live on Facebook, X, and YouTube. And this segment, we go international because we say hello to our pal Kate Sutton. Kappa Kate, the Sorority Sports Report, live from Milan, where she is studying abroad. And Kate, we were in Green Bay after the draft. And we've been at, we've been in West Dallas after the state fair. What's it like being in Milan after the Olympics?
And when you're leaving the building, I'm not sure if you know, but I went to the USA Women's Gold Hockey game. That was a mad dash getting out of there. We were pushing and shoving, and it was hilarious because I had some American friends that were like, people are being too nice. We're so used to when we're at the state fair, you kind of shove to get past. I was around a bunch of Canadians that were like, oh no, it's okay. We're all getting to the same place, and we're like, we have a tram to get to, but
as long as while they were being nice, Kate, you were just being a little bit, oh, sorry, we handed you that L. If you could hold this really quick for me, I got to catch my L train. Sorry about that. Enjoy the maple syrup and the tears. That video you had of the gold medal game was phenomenal. That energy had to be unbelievable there in some insane tension.
Oh my gosh, I was crying at the end of that game. I didn't even know I liked hockey that much. And then all of a sudden
it's awesome, isn't it?
Watching this game, and I will say I was wearing my Wisconsin red sweatshirt, which I wasn't thinking through at all because I was like, let me represent Wisconsin. And then I was called like a double agent because I'm wearing all red, but fair. I'm representing the USA. So when I was cheering throughout the game, I kept cheering for USA, and I'm surrounded by Canadians. So everyone's looking at me with confused looks. They're like, why are you cheering for the enemy? And then here I am just losing my mind when we get that final goal. It was you could cut the tension in there with a knife. It was incredible.
Must have been amazing. Obviously, it was big to the USA fans, big to Canadians. Did you get a sense that the hockey finals, women's and men's, were important to the rest of the international kind of fans there, the international Olympic fans? And did they have one kind of rooting sway one way or the other? I'm kind of afraid to ask, because sometimes the world is just anti-USA, but was there any sense?
I will say I actually am proud of myself. I definitely did convert a few international fans at first.
Let's go, Kate. All right.
All right. They were cheering for Canada. But then again, I went to the game by myself. So I was like, I'm going to this game no matter what. So I'm the one girl sitting by herself, just cheering everybody on. And then I think all these international fans felt bad for me as I was the only one rooting, and I was getting all these dirty looks. So I just convinced them to start chanting USA. And in fact, some of the video that I got after the game was from this woman from Germany sitting right next to me. She had just gotten in that day, and she goes, I don't really care who wins. And then by the end, she's almost crying with me when USA scores the goal. It's all awesome. About the spirit. Who has the most passion?
Good work. Good work, Kate.
Yeah. Kate's the Pied Piper, live from Milan. So what is Milan like now? Does it feel drowsy? Like when you have that energy for those couple weeks and you're the center of the universe, what is it like now walking around town? Is it there for them, it's going back to normal, but you parachuted in right when the Olympics were firing up. So what's it like?
It's a lot different. I will almost say Milan, it was on steroids a little bit, just because I'm not used to it. I walked in with it being this chaotic, with everyone being extremely nice, very accepting of tourists. So I will say, I think as I'm kind of being here a little bit longer, I think I need to work on my Italian a little bit more, because I think the patience has run a little thin after the 2 weeks of just everyone from around the globe kind of taking over their city. But it's still fun. The Paralympics are about to start happening again, or about to start as well. So I feel like it's going to start all the way back up, so this is just a little lull, which is why, this weekend, I'm actually later today, I'm going to Prague. So this is the type of time where you're supposed to kind of, let's exit the city on weekends and then come back together when the Paralympics start back up.
I think my favorite part of that is, this would be the time where somebody's thinking, might be the time to just figure out my studies, right? I'm over there, studying between the two events. Good Lord, I'm going to get up out of here. I'm going to go party somewhere else. Kate, you're doing it right. Congratulations. Yes. You're doing it right.
I've become an expert at bringing my iPad with me and doing all my homework on flights. Again, I don't think life is going to get this good, because when I'm coming, at least all my philosophy readings are done, all that type of stuff. So, no matter what happens, I'm getting my assignments
in the
stuff,
clear.
but I'm doing them
in the clear.
in cooler places.
You are. We're joined by Kappa Kate Sutton, the daughter of our pal Stephanie Sutton, who I'll be working with on Big 12 Sports Saturday on WISN 12 on Saturday night. She's going to be the host, and I'll be in the
I like it a lot better
chair.
when she's the host.
I'll be in the co-pilot chair with your mom. And now your mom and dad are going to come and see you at some point. They won't get to catch the Olympic excitement, but they're coming to see you, and that's going to be epic. But when your mom told me that your classes were Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm like, you are winning.
Winner.
Because then you can go to Lisbon or Prague or go explore other places other than Milan. And I'm like, that is just so brilliant, because the whole thing about going overseas is not to sit in a library somewhere. It's to get out and see the rest of the world.
You get it. And it's especially, I mean, again, I think I've mentioned this before. My university is a little strange where they'll switch up the class time sometimes. So every once in a while, I might have a Friday class. But thankfully, I've already checked the rest of my schedule so far. I'm clear. I'm in the clear. I mean, I'm hoping that this stays this way. But when I was signing up for courses, I had this one schedule, one shot to get Monday through Wednesday. Otherwise, I'd have a class until Thursday at 6 p.m. So my hands are shaking as it hits 8 a.m. and I'm racing to get there. I cried tears of joy. I remember calling my dad after. I'm like, Dad, I'm like squealing with excitement. He thought I was crying because I didn't get the classes. So he started trying to console me a little bit. I'm like,
all right.
No, it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
That is such a classic.
That is so good.
I mean,
immediately jump into defense mode to be able to help out.
That's right. So you talk about traveling on the weekends and stuff. Did you blow the budget going to the opening ceremonies, the gold medal women's game? You bought some Olympic merch. Like, how much of should we start a GoFundMe so Kate can keep having fun?
Armin was going to vend more for some of the discounted merch by the time that she's just about to leave. So
No,
you got some stuff
I'm
on
like,
discount. Let me know.
if anyone wants me to get them stuff, I should be able to. But also, I will say, I mean, I already was told it's your first month studying abroad. A lot of times when you're just starting to get used to your experience here, and I mean, I have welcome week activities that my school starts. Those are about 30 euros each time you want to go out. So after a while, it started adding up, and I don't think I've spent more money ever in my life than this period of time, but it's one of those things where, again, it's the Olympics. It's these once in a lifetime opportunities where I'm not even paying for a place to stay. All I have to pay for is to get into the building, and then I can come right back home. So again, I'm not going to have another experience like that. So I will say it's worth it, but I'm kind of excited for things to slow down because I think my bank account's been taking a little bit of a hit. But again, I feel like that's the canon study abroad student event. So
that's true. And there's got to be and Kate, there's got to be some sort of, like Billy mentioned, you can sell some discounted merch from people, take a little skim off the top or something like that. Or there's got to be some Italian version of DoorDash, where you walk around delivering cannolis.
I would be doing that.
Glovo.
Like that.
Figured that one out. It's called Glovo here, and it's always outside my dorm. And I actually did start looking up because they ride their electric scooters all over town. Like, that looks like it could be kind of fun. Maybe on like a Tuesday, Wednesday night.
No, we don't need the part-time job. We need full-time fun while we're hanging out.
Who am I kidding?
Come on, Kate.
But like,
also, like, I think in Europe they tip less, so you can just start tipping less when you're at the when you're at the bar and the restaurant.
Well, because that's the beauty of it. Honestly, I mean, all the service workers here, they all get paid they all get paid
expect
well.
tips.
So it's one of those things where you don't have to worry about a tip ever. There are, when you go out to restaurants here, there's cover charges. So every time you sit down, it's about 3 euros per person to even eat someplace. And I would, and then you don't have to worry about tip, but like that's essentially what you have to pay. It's your way to get into the restaurant. But again, if you're going to like aperitivo or something, they don't care about that. And I think that's what I need to start taking advantage of, because I'm really going to miss that here in Milan, where it's a €5 Aperol spritz and they bring out this big charcuterie board.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they just keep refilling it for you. I mean, that's been my dinner consistently. I'll just eat dinner at 5 p.m. and then I'll wash my hands.
That's amazing.
Sounds like college.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. I've heard a lot of people say, some of my writing friends who actually still got to cover the Olympics, they say that Italian Milan and the pizza's overrated, and the pizza's better in New York or Chicago or Zaffiro's or Ian's than it is in Milan. And I'm just wondering, like, have you eaten anything? Like, I found this amazing sushi place in Milan. We think of every meal is going to be pasta and pizza and stuff like that. Have you eaten any other cuisines? Have you found any other restaurants? Have you ventured into like
good
a
brat
sushi
anywhere?
place? Yeah.
Shish kebab place.
Haven't had a brat, unfortunately. No, but right next to the Duomo, actually, the other night, I had dinner with one of my friends, and it was this Brazilian cuisine, and it was some salmon Brazilian dish. I didn't even order it because my friend, she took one for the team. She goes, she just said, I know what to get all of you. And
there we go.
That was delicious. And that was right outside the Duomo. So I'm sitting here like eating dinner, looking up at it. And I mean, the prices weren't horrible and it was absolutely incredible. I will say the beauty of the pizza here in Milan, I can't admit I've actually had better pizza back in Chicago. However, it is cheaper here. I can get an entire pie for €6. So it's one of those things where it's like, it's kind of worth it at the end of the day. And I mean, the cheaper it is, the more it tastes a lot better that way.
Yeah, damn right.
Have you found what Billy and I found over there too, is that the food is just, it tastes better. I remember
fresher.
The Irish have a reputation for just boiling everything and the food's supposed to be bad. I went to Ireland and the food was amazing. Everything tasted better. And it's because they don't have the additives and all this stuff. They don't allow the poison that we put in our food here.
No, funny enough, my parents and I have been nonstop talking about this because I'm trying to convince them to just send over sriracha because I miss sriracha so much, but they don't sell it here because like the sriracha they have is like, it's all healthy. And I swear it just like, it doesn't have the kick.
It doesn't hit the same
flavor. No. And back at Madison, back home, I just caked everything I had with sriracha because I love spice. So I'm like trying to convince my parents, like, of anything in this care package, please send me sriracha because I need spice in my meals.
Those chemicals. Yeah.
Give me the chemicals, give me the additives. My friends and I were talking about how we're like, we miss those like protein cookies that you could have. They don't sell that here. Like who knows what are inside those things, but all those desserts, all the crap that you're not supposed to eat. We started craving it a little bit the other night. So we miss it, but we are grateful.
Food is too healthy.
This is way too good for me. Way too good for me. I need
some high fructose corn syrup.
And they always say,
give me some blue dye in this.
Killing my body. I've missed it.
Oh, that's a beautiful thing. That is just absolutely.
That is awesome.
What's on the docket for Prague? You're just going to go there and explore? Are you going with a big group of folks? Like, you went to a hockey game by yourself and bought
that is such a baller move, by the way. I got to give you some props on that, Kate. That is awesome, awesome stuff. I wish I was that cool.
The real fans are solo, the ones that go solo to games.
100%. I wish I was that cool.
True.
I felt even more confident because I'm walking there. You have to take a tram, you have to take the metro and stuff like that. I ended up having like a bunch of Canadians following me back. I felt like a real a Milan citizen because I figured out the tram and everything. No, it's good.
The red sweatshirt. They just followed you. They thought you knew.
They just followed me.
She knows where she's going. We should follow her. Maybe she'll take us to the maple syrup.
She's from Ottawa.
Yeah. Oh, I think I talked to her. She was from Vancouver. Really nice girl. Real nice girl.
I'm just trying to bring up our USA rep right now. I mean, we collected their tears. Now I feel bad. So, all right, I'll walk you to the
You're a much better person than I. Much better person than I. We got some Canadians coming in here from Manitoba at the Admirals game, and I think I'm just going to go all red, white, and blue. That's right.
You're a best diplomat. You're
way much better. Way better for her to be overseas helping us.
You got a rep. I mean, of course, going to Prague, I thankfully have a large group of girls that I'm going with. And when I say large, I think it's 6 of us total. I've had I know girls in my sorority that are together in a different city that have been traveling like packs of 12, which is fun. But I don't know, sometimes I feel like maybe just a little bit tighter just so you don't lose people in the process. We, of course, started coming up with some of the bars that we have to hit up. There's apparently this place called the Ice Bar. There's some dog shed spot. I don't know. I'm just super excited for the sightseeing there because that city just looks so beautiful. And plus my roommate from back home, one of her good family friends lives in Prague. So we're going to possibly be meeting up. I'll get a little tour from a native. So I'm just super excited to explore because we get in tonight, but the consistent thing that study abroad students have to do is you book a very early Sunday morning flight because that is always like $60 cheaper. So I will be leaving at 5:45 in the morning on Sunday, but
speaking my language.
Armin's so proud. Armin's so proud. Google amazing. Translate just getting an absolute workout on your phone.
Oh my God, yes. always have to whip it out. In fact, we were out at dinner last night and some woman came up to us and started asking, and it's literally my phone officially starts like popping up the notification of, do you need Google Translate? And
Do
so
you
at this
need
point,
help?
it's like it's a shortcut. I don't even have to worry about hunting for it anymore. It's just automatic push, and then it works out for everyone involved.
Kate, go do some work and then have some fun in Prague this weekend. We want to catch up with you down the line. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate the Sorority Sports Report with Kappa. Kate.
Thanks, Kate.
Absolutely. Have a great day,
Take
guys.
care.